Hi, today I'll be talking to you about the use of information and communication technology tools and how it relates to a constructivist style of learning. Firstly, the definition of the constructivist learning theory explains how people and learners might acquire their knowledge and learning. Two main theories of constructivism revolve around the ideas of Piaget and Vygotski's understanding of the matter. Piaget understood that children have four stages of maturation. He understood that children are active learners and learn through assimilation and accommodation. He further theorized that interaction with physical and social environments are vital with the development of an individual's understanding. Vygotsky, on the other hand, understood that cognitive development arises from social interactions. The constructivist way of teaching will require pulling prior knowledge that the student already has and is using to understand a new piece of knowledge, similar to the Lego blocks in the top left-hand corner. In a classroom environment, students are encouraged to build an understanding based on what they already know or what they did, but the responsibility for the learning depends both on the teacher and the student. The use of ICT uh, allows opportunities for teachers to alter an ordinary class session. It also aims to incorporate incorporate the Australian curriculum with the use of information and communication technology to develop this capacity efficiently. And by using ICT to create, communicate, and investigate, a student might also improve these ICT capacities. So the three applications that I'll be talking about today are hardware programs such as laptops, and software such as Google Docs and ClickView. So first I'll be talking about laptops. So laptops are a small personal computer that can be folded away for easy storage and transportation. A pro with using a laptop in a classroom scenario is it can be used in various environments with ease, as it doesn't have many cords or anything like that, and it can be connected to internet wirelessly. It's great for outdoor classes such as PE or lab classes for reporting and analysing data. A difficulty with monitoring the usage, especially if it's a personalised computer for students, does make it a con, but overall, the ability to use various applications allows the support for diverse learners. And finally, to ensure that students understand expectations of the use of a laptop at the beginning of a class is vital for the ease and the monitoring of the usage. So just going through the pros. So the pros for using a laptop, again, so it's easy to store and transport. It's great for students who like to work individually, but it's also able to use in a group setting. So say students are in a group activity, they can pull out a laptop and type away and use applications and watch videos, and it's not necessarily needed to use the internet. Again, with laptops, the ability to use and quickly access content from the internet and various applications makes it a massive pro. And finally, what that we can see there is that it's great for diverse learners that they can use the different applications. So kinesthetic learners might be able to use a more practical application, and visual learners might be able to create mind maps and diagrams to improve that learning. Just some negatives with the use of a laptop. So it's difficult to monitor the usage of students. They're expensive, so a usual laptop unit might be upwards of $1,000. And it does require students to self-monitor their learning. The next one I'll be talking about is Google Docs. So Google Docs is a real-time document collaboration tool, allowing multiple users being able to edit a document at the same time. So that's a massive pro, especially in group settings and the use of assessment tools. It allows students to work on activities even when they're not with each other. So they could be at home, one could be in the library. They don't necessarily have to be together. they can log on and they can work on particular assignments, spreadsheets altogether. The use of Google Documents is instantaneous, so you just have to log in and it allows you to sign in. You can have your own character and it allows you to see who is editing particular documents. It does encourage that social interaction, so going on Vygotsky's theory, it does incorporate that social interaction with other students to increase that learning. And finally, the last one we see there, so a teacher can set up questionnaires and such, but if in a group setting a teacher wants to send out a group discussion or something like that, students are able to anonymously post if they're sort of embarrassed or not willing to sort of post on there. So that's a massive pro for very introverted students. A lack of control is a con for Google Docs. It's hard to sort of monitor and assess students as they can log on and they can do a lot of their work by themselves. In a group setting, it is difficult to monitor individual students. You might have a situation where particular students might take charge and sort of say, no, I'm just going to do the work. It does require internet and computer access. And finally, there does need to be expectations, as there is an anonymous aspect of the usage. There does need to be expectations and understanding of what the students need to be using the program for. So there's just a little screenshot of Google Docs on there, so you can go on there and you can set up particular templates and going through. Finally, I'll be talking about ClickView. So ClickView is a video learning application that accesses curriculum-related videos for learning. So it supports various learning styles by the use of a video library and interactive videos that students can work their way through. And finally, the videos are curriculum-based, so therefore it is suitable for all age groups. So you can be using it for grade 3. You could be using it all the way up to grade 12, modern history or such. There's a wide variety of videos. So ClickView is great because it's based around the Australian curriculum and its subjects. So it's tailored for specific subjects along the lines of bands and strands of the Australian curriculum. It's also great as it is a video application. It's great for visual learners who have that preference. Thirdly, it can be integrated with library systems and learning management. So heads of faculty might be able to set up playlists for students and teachers to work through according to various types of topics and content that they want to cover. Just been added is interactive videos, really good for kinesthetic learners to work through. So they can sort of now work through questionnaires and interactive tools as they work through videos, so they're not just sitting there. And finally, it can be used in an individual setting and in a classroom setting. Just some cons with this one. So ClickView, it does require access to the internet. And then secondly, that students might not fully concentrate on the content if they're not fully engaged with the subjects or content being covered. So the key ideas of using ICT tools in the classroom environment are to ensure that students are effectively using and safely using these tools. So we need to establish clear expectations before the initial usage of why the students are using these tools, and if their misuse does happen, what are the consequences. We don't want to overuse the tools. We don't want to just throw a quick ClickView video and use a class discussion because we haven't prepared our classroom lesson for the day. We want to use the various tools to ensure that all learning preferences are being suited for. So we're able to use practical applications through ClickView, or we can use a bit of class discussion through our Google Docs. We can set up, if students have any questions, they can sort of build from their social interactions with other students. And then finally, if students are working within a group or individually, we need to aim to assess their knowledge, to monitor their understanding of content. So I hope that explains the constructivism approach to using ICT tools, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thank you.